Hello, I'm Charlie Baker, Cinema Psychic. Tomorrow's the last day of Vlog Week, and though I'm not technically a vlogger, I thought I'd go ahead and give it a try anyway. See what all the hoopla was about. What you're all going to see, following me around as you are, will be what it is that I do every day, which you will find to be not that all dissimilar to what you do every day. The only difference is, when I put my pants on, I foresee films that haven't been released yet. Today's little vlog will essentially be like going on a trip to the movies with me, but instead of leaving the house or turning on a DVD, I'll be brushing my teeth, eating some breakfast, maybe doing some chores around the house. Good morning. I slept in my glasses again. It's Friday, it's Cinema Psychic Day, and today you're going to follow me around. We're going to do what some people call a vlog. I know what you're going to say, but these were here when I moved in. Nothing very cinematic so far, except maybe this DVD collection, but this isn't a movie. However, to make it more so, I'll give you a story. Guy gets out of bed. I'll go ahead and be that guy. And on this particular day, he, that is I, will have a few life-changing epiphanies that will reaffirm his, that is to say my, commitment to humanity. How about that for a story? So I do this show, the Cinema Psychic, and on it I review films that haven't come out yet. And so, you know, I love doing it. It's a real pleasure, real fucking treat, great, right? However, just the other day, somebody calls me rather, just another critic. I say, what do you mean? Just another critic. He says, well, all critics get to see movies before they come out, and then they go and they tell people what to see and what not to see. And I say, okay, no shit, so what? Now, I'm not talking about getting free passes to see some sneak preview of something and then using a bunch of meaningless words in order to convince people into thinking that I know what the hell I'm talking about just because I use a word like taught to describe a Robin Williams movie. I'm talking about psychic precognition of entire feature films and the history of their creation and the artists involved in doing so. But no, this guy looks right back at me and with all the finality in the world just says, critic. I know what you're going to ask, but no, I did not foresee burning my eggs. I'm not that psychic. I did, however, catch a glimpse of the 4th Indiana Jones movie, and that ain't until next year, so that ain't bad, huh? What do I do by day, you ask? Well, like anyone blessed with the uncanny ability to see tomorrow today, I've given myself a mild-mannered position in society in which to serve your collective. And let's just say I work in a little-known, corporately owned video store chain as a sales manager, and we'll just leave it at that. But that's just one role I play. The real work I contribute is the work that I type here once a week. Once a week where I play the role of, as someone else once put it, just another critic. But if I may make a single correction, if you'll allow me, it would be to say that I am just another appreciator, not critic, appreciator, and that I leave the real criticism to those who possess a far greater vocabulary than I, those who can actually convince people that films can be whimsical and riveting, simply by saying so. I'm sensing the show is... Welcome to the second installment in this back-to-back doppelganger double dose of the Cinema Psychic, only at the Grindhouse. I think I was burning my breakfast when I first envisioned this masterpiece of the macabre, and that was just the first fucking movie, Planet Terror. And then Death Proof came crashing across my subconscious with such a ferocious heat of reckless abandon, I might have burnt my toast too. The stylings of Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino harkens back to a time of cheap, explosive, and exploitive sex-filled canvases, wallpapered and blood-tapered celluloid. And there will come a time in the not-too-distant future that people will admit that this is all they ever want to see. Also out this week, not that it really matters, is Are We Done Yet? And yes, we are. I like Ice Cube, and I do foresee a Golden Globe nomination ahead of him, but it won't be for a movie called Are We Dead Yet? The final installment in this epic trilogy. The Hoax is the latest from Chocolat and Cider House Rules director Lasse Hallström, and despite your severe unappreciation for Casanova and The Hoax, which makes no money and is forgotten until DVD, he will finally be remembered again when he makes a film about a woman who claims to communicate with animals who meets a man who claims to communicate with the dead. But this film will not be starring Haley Joel Osment. Academy Award-winning actress Hilary Swank stars in The Reaping and will not be stealing another Oscar from Annette Bening for it. The Firehouse Dog fails to entertain kids, and according to an article from next Tuesday's I Love My Dog Weekly, pissed off most dog people for failing to cast the Dalmatian in the famed starring role. Black Book is Verhoeven's newest in the long, infamous line of strong, female-driven characters, and it comes to you all the way from the Netherlands. His others include Basic Instinct, Showgirls, and RoboCop. And if you'll allow me to think backwards a bit more, this guy's been keeping alive smut, violence, and style longer than Rodriguez and Tarantino have been alive. And last but not least, except it will be seen, least of all than any other movie released this week, and that's saying a lot because of Firehouse Dog and all, Jake Kasdan, son of the Big Chill scribe Lawrence of the same last name, first impressed the shit out of me with Zero Effect, a sleeper of a sleuth film starring Bill Pullman, who was never better than as the world's greatest private detective. If the TV set is half as good as that and is twice as good as his sophomore effort Orange County, I think we're all in for a real treat. That's all this time. I'm Charlie Baker, Cinema Psychic, and I'll foresee you next Friday. I'm sensing the show is over.